This is a review of lesson 18.7 in your Go Math workbooks. We're going to be reviewing your daily task assessment and your homework and practice pages. And we're looking again at customary units for weight. So we're looking at ounces and pounds and how they are related to one another. And just to review, we know that 16 ounces make 1 pound. And if we know that, that is the basis for most of the questions that they're going to be asking us. And you also have to be able to look at certain objects and estimate what unit to use to weigh them, whether they're going to be ounces or pounds, and take a look to see whether you can correlate that weight with other objects. For example, if a banana weighs 8 ounces, what other fruit is similar to that? Is it a watermelon? Is it a peach? A pineapple? Or things in relationship to that? So let's look at question number 10. So, there you go. Watermelon weighs 6 pounds. Which item would be about the same weight as a watermelon? So we have to look at pounds. So we know if we convert that to uh, ounces, we would multiply 6 times 16 to get the total ounces. Okay, that would give us what? That was about 96 ounces, give or take, 96 ounces. So if we take a look at these, well, 10 ounces, no. 8 ounces of cheese pizza, no. 6 erasers, well, they don't give us the size of erasers, so we have to assume it's traditional size of an eraser that weighs maybe about 5 ounces. But if you take a look at the answer 480 quarters, that'll give you a good relationship to the 6 pounds. And that's what they're looking for you able to logically go through the process and visualize. So the next one, Brianna is building a doghouse. Each board weighs about 10 ounces. Okay. She lifts 8 boards at a time. About how much does Brianna lift? Well, let's figure out how much she lifts total. So it's 10 ounces. Each board, she lifts 8 boards, I'm sorry. So that's 80 ounces. So we have to get close to 80 ounces or right on 80 ounces. And we know 3 and 4 can't be it because we've already determined it's 80 ounces. So then we have to look at pounds. So I know 2 pounds is 32 ounces. Because I multiply 16 times 2, that's 32. And by the process of elimination, it would be 5 pounds. And 5 pounds equal 80 ounces. The next one, Sandra and Rochelle baked 2 cakes. That's the key right here. They cut both cakes into 8 equal slices. 8 equal slices. Each slice weighs about 2 ounces, which is the combined weight of the cakes. So let's figure out how much one cake weighs. Well, they have 2 cakes, and they cut both cakes into 8 equal slices. So we're looking at, can't see that, 2 cakes, 8 equal slices. Each slice weighs 2 ounces. So we're going to look at the 2 cakes and 8 equal slices. So there's 8 equal slices and 2 cakes. That's 16. And each slice weighs about 2 ounces. So you multiply 16 times 2, and that gives you 32. And 32 ounces, we know that is 2 pounds. So it weighs 2 pounds. Okay? Good job. So let's take a look at the Texas test prep. Take a look at that one real quick. There are 8 baseball caps at the store. Each cap weighs 8 ounces. I already see what's happening here. So there's 8. Each one weighs 8 ounces, and there's 4 of them. That gives us 8 times 4 is what? 8 times 4 is 32. And I already know 32 ounces is 2 pounds. I already know that because each pound weighs 16 ounces. I multiply 16 times 2. That gives me 32 ounces. and it's 2 pounds. And I figured this out also. If I remember this from this question, it relates to this one. So notice how another question gives you a lot of insight, and that's a trick you'll be using as you get older and start looking at other assessments. A lot of times, some of the questions from from other questions give you answers to previous questions. So be on the lookout for that. So let's look at your homework and practice. And again, here's where you have to visualize what customary units for weight you'll be using to weigh these objects. It's either ounces or pounds. So the larger the object, you'll use pounds. Smaller the objects, you're going to use ounces. So an apple, you're going to use ounces because I have not seen an apple that weighs a pound. I'm sure there are somewhere there is an apple somewhere, but we're looking at what we see. So a bag of potatoes, most bags of potatoes that we purchase, just for your knowledge, weigh 5 pounds. A phone would weigh in ounces. A big dictionary would weigh it in pounds. A raccoon would weigh that in pounds. A shell, we would weigh that in ounces. To the next one, the multi-step questions. Janet buys 6 bags of potatoes. Each bag holds 8 ounces. How many pounds of potatoes does Janet buy? So 6 bags, and each bag holds 8 ounces. So that's what, 48 ounces. And using my knowledge that I already have, I know 32 ounces is already, that's 2 pounds. So if I add another 16, another pound, that will give me 48. So because I know 2 pounds is 32 ounces. If I add another 16, that gives me 3 pounds. So again, knowing what you know, you can move a lot quicker. So Pedro buys 2 pounds and 8 ounces of tomatoes. How many ounces of tomatoes does Pedro buy? So 2 pounds is what? That's 32. 32 ounces. If I add 8 ounces to that, that gives me 40. See how easy it starts getting? Okay, and we've been using 2 pounds for the previous questions a lot. The next one, Sunny has a bag that holds 32 ounces of rice. Okay, we already know that's 2 pounds. He wants to divide the rice into boxes that hold 1 pound each. How many boxes can Jared fill? So again, we're using the knowledge that we hold, that we know 32 ounces. So you would have one bag. There's another bag. This bag would hold 16 ounces. This bag would hold 16 ounces. That will equal 32 ounces. And they would have 2 boxes. Okay. Okay, very good. I don't know why I was saying bags, but let's move on to question 10. And again, using your knowledge, a small paperback book weighs about 10 ounces. All right, 10 ounces. So we have to visualize what that paperback book looks like and try to use our logic. A bag of potatoes, we know that weighs in pounds. A quart of milk, we know that's way more than 10 ounces because it's just a quart of milk. A radio, okay, we know that one can be. So a slice of pizza would weigh about 8 ounces. Somebody would say, what if it's a mini radio? Mini radio. Well, they would have said mini radio. So let's not add to it. A bag of onions, excuse me, weighs about 3 pounds. Okay. Which item would be about the same weight as the bag of onions? So 3 pounds, we're looking at what? We did that one a while ago. We're looking at about 48 ounces, right? 48 ounces, 3 pounds. So 15 feathers? Well, that's not close to 48 ounces. 20 balloons? Again, the weight is not there. 5 turkeys. Well, if you know anything about turkeys, those are weighed in pounds, and your average turkey is about 15 pounds. So you have 5 of them. There's no way this one can be. So your answer would be 8 tomatoes. That's about right. So let's go to number 12. A worker loads boxes of sugar. Each box weighs 16 ounces. All right. So each box weighs 16 ounces. The worker has 20 boxes. The worker loads 20 boxes at one time. How many pounds of sugar? Well, that's an easy one right there. Because if each one weighs 16 ounces, that's 1 pound. If I have 20 boxes, well, that'd be 20 pounds. And again, using the logic, walking it through, and knowing what you know. If you know your stuff, you're golden. The next one, Otis bakes 8 mini loaves of bread. Each loaf weighs about 8 ounces. About how many pounds of bread does Otis bake? Well, 8 mini loaves, and each one weighs 8 ounces. That's what, 64 ounces? So again, I go back and use what I know. What do I know? I know 3 pounds is 32 ounces. What if I add another 16 to it? Do I get 48? And lo and behold, I get 48. So I know this is 3 pounds, and I add 1 more pound here. And again, I'm going back and using what I know. I'm building my knowledge bank and my tools, and I know what I'm using what I know. So it'd be 4 pounds. And I know you're doing that. I know when you're working these out, you're visualizing these in your head. You're a very, very smart, reproductive group. So I know you're doing that. Yogurt comes in containers that weigh 4 ounces. Okay. Each container weighs 4 ounces. Each pack contains 6 containers. Okay. If Otis buys 2 packs of yogurt, how many pounds? So again, my drawings there are a little covering it up. 4 ounces, and there's 6 packs. So 6 times 4 is 24. Right? It's 24 because 6 times 4 is 24. Okay, and he buys 2. So if he buys 2, I add 24, and I have a total of 48 ounces. Well, again, knowing what I know, I've already figured that I know that 3 pounds is 48 ounces. And because I know that 32 ounces is 2 pounds, and if I add another 16, I get 48. And we're using the knowledge we used before to solve this one. There are 5 bananas in a bunch. Each banana weighs about 8 ounces. So those are 40 ounces right there. 40 ounces. How many pounds and ounces does the bunch of bananas weigh? Well, okay. So if I look at 1 pound, that's 16 ounces plus 8. Well, that's 24. If I look at 2 pounds, that's 32 plus 5 ounces. That's what, 37. If I look at 1 pound, that's 16 ounces plus 5, that's 21. If I look at 2 pounds, that's what, 32. If I add 8 ounces, that gives me the 40 ounces. So I hope this was a good lesson and review for you. I hope you're doing well, and I know you're being successful. Good luck in your online quiz. And again, if there's any questions that you may still have, please bring them up during our live sessions. This is Mr. Lopez wishing everyone a beautiful day.